Okay, so now let's have a look at the Lincoln Index. So how do we do this? You're given the formula here. Okay, there's your Lincoln Index. Remember, big N, capital N, equals the population in the wild. That's what we want to find out. And these two small n's are the population, the sample sizes that we collected. So we've got n equals n1 times n2 divided by m, and m is the number marked. So they're always going to tell you what each of these symbols mean and give you the equation. So they said 100 traps were sent 3 meters apart in a grid pattern. The traps were left open for 4 days, baited regularly to allow animals to get used to their presence. On the first sampling day, 28 wood mice were caught. So N1, the number of the sample, was 28. And individually marked. So, and of course we mark all of them, right? And then we let them go, and they have to completely mix. And then 2 days later, they captured them again. And this time they caught 32. And the number marked is 10. And so we do the calculation, 28 times 32 divided by 10. And that gives us 89.6 or 90. Okay, 2 marks for getting the right answer. However, if you showed you're working and you didn't get to this point, you might still have got a mark for having demonstrated that you knew either how to do the, that this was the population, or how to do the calculation. But if you made an error in the last part, you would only lose 1 mark. What do we need to do then to ensure accurate results? So one of the things that we have to do is to ensure that we leave enough time in between the first and second sample so that proper mixing can take place, but not too long, because remember, we don't want to have any births. So any births or deaths, migration or immigration, that will mess up our results. So it's got to be an appropriate time. You can put some things in here, even though it's to do with accuracy, you can put in some ethics in here. You would want to make sure that everything was in a similar location. So you wouldn't want some of them underneath a tree and then some of them by the side of a pond. So if those are our traps, we want to make sure that they're all in fairly similar locations. You want to make sure that you check each time when you captured. So when you did N1, let's say you did N1 at 5 p.m. and then you did N2 at 6 a.m. You might get very different results because you left them out different amounts of time, or because of the dynamics of behavior that the organisms have. Make sure the marks don't rub off or come off. So if you were capturing wood mice, you might do like a little tag on the ear. That's a little wood mouse, believe it or not. See? And yes, so that's basically it. So make sure the mark doesn't fall off, make sure it's an appropriate amount of time, make sure you collect at the same time, and think about any ethical considerations. You just need to say 2 of those to get the 2 marks.